We are live. Welcome, guys. Thank you for joining me on another Monday where we are going to be talking this week about how to keep your members, your new members, for years, not weeks. Okay. It's really exciting for me to talk about this because it's kind of a culmination of a few different things that lead to do you have a great retention or a low churn? And that's something my business has always had, is a really low churn. And there's a few reasons why, and I want to share those with you guys today, especially because in January, we are all signing up a lot of new members. January, February, March, especially if you've watched some of the videos that I've put out recently in the group where I am explaining how to sign up a lot of members, right, through different revenue streams or different client acquisition streams, how to get them all in your mousetrap and then close them. I wanted to make sure that you keep them, right? Because there's nothing more deflating than adding 10, 20, 30, 40 new members per month and then seeing half of them not last past the 30 or 60-day mark, right? That I can't tell you how frustrating that is. So hopefully the objective of today's live is to give you a few tactics that you can use to keep your members for at least 6 months, right? A 6-month minimum you want to sign a member up for, especially if you sell transformations, if you sell weight loss or a lifestyle change, right? You're selling more than just an experience. There's no reason why you can't keep somebody at your gym, your brick and mortar gym, for at least 6 months if you follow these strategies. Okay, so we're going to be talking about, and I wrote some things down so I can share them with you. We're going to be talking about the cost of acquisition, so how much it costs you to acquire a new customer versus the lifetime value of that customer. So how much do they pay you over the course of their lifetime with your business, right? So how much it costs to get them, and what do they ultimately end up paying you when it's all said and done? And what should that be? What should the ratio be? Okay, we're going to be talking about sales, a little bit of sales. What should you sell them that is going to encourage them to stay for a long period of time, right? We're going to be talking about the client experience. So from the second they step into your gym, right, until the second they leave, what does that feel like for them? And what should it feel like? What should they be getting out of it? We're going to be talking about the relationship that they're forming with your business or your coaches, right? What kind of relationship do they have? Is it strictly B2C, where it's like you're the business and they're the consumer, or does it feel more friendly? Does it feel more like they have a independent coach, right? And then finally, retention systems, and the fact that I don't think you really need them. I don't think that there should be any systems. Coming from somebody that has run really complex systems in the past, I'm great with systems. I love systems so much, but I don't think there's a need for a retention system in a brick and mortar gym, right? And I'll explain why, okay? So those are the 5 topics that we're gonna be covering today. I'm not gonna make the video super long, because I know that people just love to get to the tactical stuff. I don't like to add fluff. I like to just get after it. So let's start with the first one, customer acquisition to lifetime value. Okay, so typically it's going to cost you in a brick and mortar business probably $200 to acquire a customer. Now, how did I get to that number? There's videos on exactly how I got to that number. You can just type in the group in the search bar. What is the name of the video? True cost to acquire a customer, something like that, where I break down the math. So it's not just like, well, I put this much money towards Facebook ads and I got this many customers. Yes, but how many of them booked, scheduled? How many did you close? Did you have to pay sales commission? Did you have to pay sales salary? All of the things that people don't really consider when it comes into what you actually paid to acquire that customer, okay? How much your business spent. And so $200 is an average, okay? Some people spend more, some people spend less, but $200 is an average. So our goal is to have at least an 8 to 10 times return of lifetime value. All right, so I'll write that down. Cost to acquire, $200. And your goal is to have an 8 to 10 times return when the customer is all said and done with your business, okay? So LTV, the lifetime value, should be anywhere from $1,600 to $2,000. Now, if you have that type of return, your business is doing really well. Because remember, that's how much revenue you'll be generating, but you don't keep all of that revenue. You only keep 20% of it. in profit. Typically, a brick and mortar gym is about 20%. So profit wise, if you keep, let's say 20% of 200, you're going to keep about $400 in your pocket for every 200 you cost to acquire. You're doubling your profit, right? Which is great. It's a great for a business to be able to do that, right? So that's the first thing I wrote here is cost to acquire $200, lifetime value $1,600 to $2,000, right? Because you got to make a good profit. At the end of the day, high stress, low stress, high profit. If you spend $200 to get a customer, right, and you sell them a 6-week challenge for $600, you're going to lose money in the long run unless you keep them, right? Because you get $600 of revenue, right? But how much revenue do you actually keep? 20% of 600, right, is only $300. No, $30. Okay, I'm sorry. 10% of 600 would be 60, so 20% would be 120. Duh. Okay, so you spent 200 to get them, and you kept 120. You're not profitable. Which, with that model, you must sell them onto a continuity, into an ongoing membership, or you will not make money. Which is why it did not work for a lot of people. Okay, so that leads me to the next part. How do we get that 8 to 10 times return on our investment and the cost of acquiring a customer? Well, we don't sell them a short-term program, right? And if you sell something like a 21-day challenge, a 6-week challenge, 12-week challenge, things like that, you are selling the customer, you're selling them a result, right? You're not selling them a lifestyle change, you're selling a result, okay? And so you need to know that right off the bat with the type of customers that you're going to attract. All right, so you can't get mad at somebody if you sell them a 6-week challenge and they only want to stay for 6 weeks, right? You can't be mad at them because that's what you're selling them. That's what attracted that kind of person, right? And you're trying to change them into a different kind of person, right? You're trying to say like, look, yeah, but you need more than 6 weeks, right? You need more than that, and you are right. You as the business owner or the coach, you are right. But you attracted the kind of person that's looking for a result. You told them, hey guys, I'm looking for 20 people that want to lose 20 pounds in 6 weeks. And then the people that are raising their hand are just that kind of person. That's who you're attracting. And then you're trying to meet with them and say, I get it. I know that's what you came here for, but what you really need is this, right? And it's a hard conversation because you started off with the wrong kind of person. You started off with the type of person that is looking for a quick result because of your marketing, because of what you're selling, okay? So that is the first thing that I'll talk about when it comes to sales is don't be mad at people for taking you up on the offer that you are actually selling them, right? Or if they don't stay, if they don't convert to a long-term member, it's probably because they're not the type of person that wants a long-term program. You should probably use marketing and sales that attract the long-term person, right? So that is the easiest way to guarantee that you're getting the lifetime value and your customers are staying for a very long time is by selling them and attracting the type of customer that wants a lifestyle change, okay? If that's what you want as a business, which it should be, that's what you need to attract, okay? So you might want to say something like, or run an offer like we do at FitBiz, is a free 7-day transformation program trial, okay? And that offer converts really well if you know how to convert it, okay? But what does that say? It's attracting people that want a long-term transformation program, right? They're not looking for a 6-week fix. They're not looking for anything quick, a 21-day belly fat burn or whatever your marketer tells you is a hot topic right now. We want to find the person that wants a long-term transformation program, and we're simply just going to give them a trial of it to make sure that it's the perfect fit for them. If it's not the perfect fit, if you couldn't over-deliver, if you couldn't give them exactly what they wanted, that's fine. Then they shouldn't continue with you. But if they're coming in and they really do want to do a transformation program, which is very easy to explain why it would take 6 to 12 months to have an actual transformation. I don't think that's a hard conversation or a hard sell at all. Mrs. Jones is going to be like, yeah, I've been overweight for 20 years. Like, I know it's going to take 6 to 12 months to get all this weight off. And you're like, great, at least we're on the same page. Okay, so this is what the program is going to cost. And I'm going to give you the first 7 days for free just to make sure it's a perfect fit. After that, it's going to automatically bill at X amount, right, until we reach that goal or 6 months hits. of whatever it may be, right? And that's a very easy conversation to have. It doesn't even feel like selling, but you need to make sure that you're looking for the people that want that kind of thing, right? So your marketing is very important, which rolls into your sales, right? Selling long-term programs, right? So that's the second part, is selling long-term programs. Do not sell short-term programs and then try to resell them again in 6 weeks, or sell them in 3 weeks again, or however long your program lasts for, and then ask them to pay you more for a longer program, because they're not the type of people that are interested in the long-term program, because they came in, they responded to an ad that said a short-term result-based program, right? So get your marketing aligned with what you really want, okay? And if your cost of acquisition goes up a little bit higher, then if you're saying, yeah, I don't get $5 leads with that headline, okay, but look at the cost of acquisition to lifetime value, right? Look at that number, okay? So would you rather have $5 leads for someone that's gonna buy a 21-day challenge for $200, meaning that you're gonna make no return on your actual investment when it's all said and done, or would you rather spend, $15 a lead for somebody that is going to buy a $1,600 to $2,000 program? Just do the math, right? And so the volume's not as high, but it's much, much easier, because I can tell you this: if somebody buys a 6-month program, which is typical, 6 to 12 months to reach the result they're looking for, they stay for that entire time. And they probably renew at a 6 to 12-month program, because it is what they're comfortable buying and purchasing and doing, right? And so that's the second part that I wanted to cover, is you need to be marketing, positioning yourself, and selling ultimately a long-term program. Otherwise, you're shooting yourself in the foot, right? Think about it. These people are seeing an ad on Facebook, right? And then they are clicking on it. Then they're scheduling an appointment or getting in your free group. And then they're finding your address. They're getting in their car. They're driving all the way to your gym, a brick and mortar location, coming in, meeting you, and then telling you everything about them and all of their goals. Guys, this is not a sale. You're simply having a conversation and then taking an order, right? And then prescribing to them, like, look, I've been doing this for a decade, and I've helped a lot of people reach the result that you're looking to reach with a similar starting point to where you're at now. I've done it a lot. This is exactly what it's going to take. You're going to need to do this, you're going to need to do this, and you're going to need to do this. Now, whether or not you decide to work with us, like, you still need to do those things, or you're never going to be able to fit in this dress by this time, right? Now, of course, we have a very elegant way of saying that, and a way of saying it that makes a lot of sense. But at the end of the day, it's like, look, you're going to do this transformation program with Coach whoever, Eric, let's say, and you're going to absolutely love it. And if for whatever reason you don't love it and doesn't blow you away, you just let me know. And I'll give you the first week on the house just to make sure it's that perfect fit. But then after that, it's gonna be X amount per week or per month, however you sell, until we hit that goal together, which would be 6 months from now. Sound fair enough? Right? And then so you have that conversation, it's not a sales pitch. It's a real conversation that you're having with somebody based on the experience that you have in this industry, right? And it's so easy for them to sign up because they can see that you're being authentic and you're being real, right? And so now you need to back that up, which brings us to step number 3, client experience, okay? Huge part of retention, guys, of keeping members for a very long time. Are you delivering what you promised in that sales meeting? Right? And so what goes into client experience? Well, the way I look at it is every single thing, from when they step into your gym, they open the door and they step in, until they walk out smiling and waving and saying, we'll see you next time. Every second, right? And we just had a mastermind at my gym, and we talked all about that. And it was very eye-opening that a lot of owners, they think that the client experience is how good of a workout it is, right? And I have to tell you, there's a lot of places that give very good workouts, right? Especially gyms in this group. I bet you we have over 800, 900 gyms in this group. I bet you a whole bunch of us give really great workouts because we're seasoned. We're the micro gyms. We're not the big Planet Fitness, trainers where they're counting reps and showing you how to use the machines and, rack the weights. Like, we are very, very good at what we do in our own niches, right? We can certainly put on a great workout. But why do some of us have 3% churn, meaning almost no one leaves month to month, and some of us have 20%? Maybe the food's not so good at some of these places, right? And that's an analogy that we use. It's like, look, there's two restaurants next to each other, and they both are amazing and have great decor, and they have great ambience and all of this stuff. But maybe one of them, the food is just not good. And no matter what else you do, people don't want to come back to it, right? And so we need to take a close look at every single thing that happens at our gym, as far as when the client walks in till they leave. So for me, what does that look like? Well, they get greeted within 10 seconds by someone at the front desk or a coach by their first name with a big smile, right? Or do you have a front desk person sitting there texting on their phone and then look up and be like, scan in here? Like they're almost annoyed that they have to take a break. I've been to places like that before. It's horrible, right? You want to make sure that whoever you have greets them right away. And if they walk right into the gym, your coach is yelling across the room, "Hey, Susie, what's up? Class starts in 10 minutes. Can't wait to see you there," or whatever it may be. Start off with enthusiasm, smiles, and greeting them by their first name, right? And then what about your place, right? People make first impressions very quickly, right? Is it messy? Is it clean? Does it look squared away? Is there some kind of theme to it, or is it just random stuff thrown all over the place, right? It's amazing, and there's a lot of books on this, but how quickly somebody can come to an understanding of if they want to do business with you or not. I forgot the name of the book. I think it's Blink or something like that, but basically a lot of statistical studies saying like, look, somebody decides if they want to do business with you, like literally within the first 30 seconds of them being within your business. So what does that look like for you? And then are you continually doing that on a recurring basis, right? Or does it totally depend on your coach's mood that day if someone's going to have a great first impression or not, right? So I take a look at everything from how the coaches dress, like are they in uniforms or are they just wearing tank tops with taco juice all over them, or what about your music? Is it high energy or is it what the coach prefers to hear? Right? Because I've had coaches in the past, I've walked into other gyms where they're listening to freaking talk radio in the morning because they like the personality. Look, that's not what the clients want to hear, whether you think so or not, right? It plays into their decision that they make every time they come to your gym of if they want to continue giving you their dollars in exchange for an experience, okay? So yes, they will get results if they follow your programming to a T, but a lot of the times clients pay for the experience. They pay for the way it makes them feel emotionally, right? People make buying decisions based on emotion, not on logic, right? Which is why the doctor could tell you like, hey, you need to lose 50 pounds or you're going to die. And people you've met them guys just like I have, and they just, for whatever reason, do not take action and they end up with some serious medical problems. Or they could win a free trip to Jamaica and they decide they want to lose weight to get in the best shape possible before that. It's like, why do you take action based on that and not what this health professional just told you? Well, it's because they decide with their emotions and they want to look as good as they can, so they have positive emotions, right? They're going towards pleasure, right? And either people go towards pleasure or away from pain, right? And that's why they make decisions and decide to spend money on things, okay? And so your business is no different than that. So you need to give them a very good experience. Like, do you know how good it feels when somebody hears their name, right? And smiles and hears all of this stuff, right? They feel very good about it. So if they leave your gym with a big smile, and that leads me to like the workout, right? Is the workout fun? Is it energetic? Is it do you all give a big high five at the end? Do you do a big finish where the whole group goes after a certain, let's say, physical challenge, like, all right, guys, we're going to try doing a pull-up for the first time, and 3 out of the 10 ladies hit a pull-up. They've never been able to do it before. Do you know how freaking motivated they feel leaving your gym? Man, that client experience was great. Like, it felt like a freaking fitness party, and everybody was high energy. Everybody was super positive. Well, guys, you can control that environment at your gym, right? By being the right leader, by doing the right things, you can absolutely control that environment. And when I walk into my gym, which is not very, it's once a week, to be honest with you guys. Every Monday, I walk into my gym and there's classes going on and all of that. They don't know when I'm coming. I come at different times, do different things, but it's always the same high energy. It feels like a fitness club, right? Like a like music is popping, members are smiling, everyone's giving high fives, like a fitness party, right? And it took me a long time to build that experience, but it's always the same. It's consistent, right? And so the clients, they really want a good and consistent experience every time they come in. If you are able to deliver that, then they'll never have a complaint about, well, so-and-so was late, so-and-so was texting on their phone while they're supposed to be training, all of these things, and they'll stay much, much longer because all they're looking for at some, if they're having a bad day, is that one thing that they're like, you know what, screw it. I don't want to come to this place anymore. This guy's not paying attention. I hate this freaking music. No one's there at the front desk to greet me. Half the time, they don't even know I'm here. It's always dirty. I was doing push-ups the other day and there was a big wad of hair from somebody's brush. Like, all of those things play a significant role into whether or not they want to continue doing business with you month after month. Okay. And so if you take a look at everything outside of the workout, that makes up client experience, right? And if you have your client experience really dialed in, they will stay much, much longer. Okay. So that'll lead me to the next part, which is relationship. Okay. So let's talk about relationship. We alluded to it a little bit earlier, but I talked about having a relationship with the business versus a relationship with somebody within the business, right? The logical and the emotional side of your brain in buying decisions, which the initial buying decision is the same kind of the brain that decides how they feel about that monthly payment coming out every month. When they look at it, do they say like, shit, man, this is another $200 to my gym. Well, whatever, at least I'm going to the gym. Or do they say like, I can't believe that it's only $200 and this plays such a significant role in my life. Like, wow, that's a steal, right? Well, you dictate that as the business, right? By the relationship that you form with each and every one of your customers. So how do we do that, right? How do we get them to think with the emotional side of their brain? That way, if a new, let's say Anytime Fitness or a new Planet Fitness or whatever, it could be any gym, right? When any new gym moves in down the road from you, your members aren't weighing it out with the logical side of their brain saying, well, I pay $149 a month here and I get 3 classes and they're fun classes and I like the coach but over there I could pay $179 and I get 4 classes and they have showers and they're starting to decide, well, which one makes more sense for their dollars logically, right? We absolutely do not want them to make that decision because that is how you lose members to a new place that comes into town, which makes you very vulnerable as a business and not a very strong foundation. So how do we switch that? Well, we make sure that each and every one of your members has a relationship with somebody in your business, a coach, right? And so how do we do it at FitBiz? Well, we sell that transformation program and we say, Mrs. Jones, I have the perfect trainer for you. Coach Eric has helped so many people lose that 40 pounds in 6 months. He's great with the nutrition that you've done in the past, informing it into meals that we think, or not, maybe not meals, but tracking or however you guys decide to do nutrition. That's up to you. Eric's great with it, and you list all the things that Eric's going to be able to help Mrs. Jones with and say, I've set up your first workout with you, Monday night at 5:30. He can't wait to meet you. You guys will discuss goals. You'll talk about your everything, and then you'll have your first workout afterwards, right? And now Mrs. Jones is assigned to Coach Eric, right? He's assigned to Coach Eric, and Coach Eric is responsible because we've trained him on how to do that initial orientation, set goals, set nutrition meetings, follow up on a weekly basis when they have their private coaching. Maybe she's doing boot camps and all that stuff outside of her one-on-one meeting with them, right? But Coach Eric is her person in her life. That is her coach, right? So every single member at your gym should be able to point to somebody and say, yeah, this is my coach. I train with Coach Eric. I train with Coach Andy. I coach with, Danny or whoever it may be. You want all of your members to point to your business and say, that's my coach. And when they can do that, they now have a relationship with your business instead of a logical sort of a B to, C formal contract that when they want to break up, they just fill out the cancel contract form, right? No. We want it to be where they sit down with their coach and talk about what's going on, like cancel. we've been crushing hard, you know, like in 9 times out of 10, they're just having a bad day, right? And they don't actually want to cancel, but they had that opportunity to sit down with their coach and talk about life and how it's going, right? And so that new gym moves in down the road, and they're like, yeah, man, I don't like, I'm sure it's great over there, but yeah, my coach works here, right? And we've lost 30 pounds together. And I've told him things I haven't even told my sister. Like, I'm not going anywhere. Like, my coach is here, right? And they can't even fathom, you know, breaking up with their coach over what, $30 a week in some showers, or $30 a month in some showers? Hell no. Crazy. Right? So how do we make that happen? Right? Well, you need to form that relationship, right? Whether it's with you as the owner, or, you know, you delegate it out to your coaches, which is what I recommend doing, and then putting it on your coach to really make sure that they are squared away. And you can do this with a large group only facility, right? In our program in FitBiz, in the Perfect Gym model, we teach you how to do this, whether you have private training, which we do along with our boot camps and our large group stuff, whether you only have large group like CrossFits and all of that, or whether you have an online component to your brick and mortar gym. We teach you how to build this relationship, right, with any business model. As long as you have some form of brick and mortar gym that people are coming to, we can teach you how to make that relationship, right? And that makes it so sticky for your members, and they don't care what else is out there. Okay, so that's the fourth component to making sure you keep your members for years, not weeks, right? The final thing that I want to talk about is your retention systems, okay? And when you have all of these things working in your advantage, I don't think that you need an actual system. And this is coming from a systems guy, right? I built systems. I built retention systems and taught them to gym owners, where it's like, look, they need to work out at least 2 times per week, and you need to be able to monitor it. They need to speak with you at least 2 to 3 times per week. And if there's no communication, they're more likely to break up with you. So you need to send an automated message out to them. You need to write handwritten cards at least once a month on a recurring basis to keep them feeling like you care about them. You need to do X, Y, and Z, right? And it's a very strong system. However, what trumps all of that is a real relationship, right? So you can have all the systems in the world, and I have had them, and I've used them at my gym. And the simple relationship that they would have with somebody is more powerful than any system can be. Not to mention, it is much easier to run as a business, right? Where if you have 100 members and you have 5 trainers, each trainer is responsible for their 20 clients, the client's goals, the client's results, the client's how many times they're coming into the gym, the client's communication, right? Should I eat these Oreos on the weekend or not? The client's weigh-ins and checking of their progress, the clients needing to upgrade, downgrade, or cancel. That is all part of your coach's job to do those things, right? That way you have a streamlined system. You have your guy that gets the leads and sells them and then passes them off to the coach. Very simple. And the coaches do their job. You as the business owner, just take a look at everything. You take a step back and say, well, I want to improve my client experience here. I want to get cheaper leads, so I'm going to put my focus here. I want to improve X, Y, and Z, so I put my focus here. But you're not doing the day-to-day, and you are just making sure you have the best coaches possible and teaching them how to be even better. That kind of system keeps members for a very long time, right? And so those are the 5 things that if you can break them down and you can use them tactically and make small improvements on them, they will absolutely help you keep longer clients much longer than selling them into a short-term program, trying to resell them and retain them through systems. I know, because I've been there, guys. Now, the bonus one I'll tell you is events and member challenges. If you are running an event or a member challenge, like challenges for your members only to participate in, like Suns Out, Guns Out, like right before the summer, or you run an event like a Play for Pink breast cancer awareness boot camp, whatever it may be, right? If you're doing these things on a regular basis, you are creating an environment that really is a beacon of light and hope for the rest of your members. And what is such a angry and sad, world and social media and all of that stuff, they will absolutely have that. You'll have that contagious environment that they just need. They need that in their life, right? They need to be part of that, and they want to even bring other people to be part of that. Like, man, you got to come check out my gym. Like, they're always having events. It's always so much fun. I know it's crazy and there's crazy stuff going on right now, but dude, my gym is always happy. It's always a positive place. Like, it's amazing, right? If you can work that into your regular scheduled programming, throughout each month, try to shoot for 10 to 12 of them per year. You will really have an environment that people don't want to leave. Even if they're not getting the best results possible or whatever, you have now created this environment where it's like, if they stepped away from it, I mean, especially talking about everything that we just talked about, if they stepped away from that over $299 a month, it would be a massive impact on their life, right? On what they do every day, right? Their life would be they're not going to sacrifice that over $299 a month. Like, no way. Right. And so you just have to be able to create that kind of thing. So if you think you can just put on great workouts and say, all right, Mrs. Jones, see you next week, or if that sounds like you, right? If you could ask your members, you could take a poll and say, like, hey, who's your coach here? And if all of them are like, I don't really have a coach, I kind of just come to the workouts. Well, you don't have that relationship, right? Whether you want to or not. Or if your members don't feel like referring people to come to your gym, you may not have the culture that you're looking for. I know that when I go to a new place, like a new Mexican restaurant or something like that opened up down the road, and if it blows me away, if it's an amazing experience, like the next time somebody's talking about Mexican food, I'm gonna be like, dude, have you checked out that place? Like, oh my God, it was amazing, right? And then they'll probably walk in there. I remember saying that. Like when someone's talking about eating clean, or I'm starting another diet, I got to get in shape for this summer, or yeah, I just downloaded the new whatever online, Burn Boot Camp or whatever the online programs are your members saying, what? Dude, did you know this place is right down the road? I mean, it's freaking amazing. Like, you got to go check this place out before you start doing that stuff. If they're not saying that, then that's an area of your business that you can really improve until they are saying that. And then it's going to be really sticky, right? And so hopefully you guys got some good knowledge out of this video. If you want to freaking supercharge all of these things at once, that's what FitBiz University does, right? We teach you how to supercharge each one of these areas. So when you sell all of your new members by using some of our strategies, so, if you sell a whole bunch of people in January, February, March, you actually keep them for a very long time, right? And all of a sudden, it's much easier to own your business because there's not as many moving parts. You don't have to make up for the 20 or 30 people that are leaving every month. And you really start to stack cash, right? We make it so easy to do it. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, just drop a comment, below. And we'll reach out to you and we'll show you exactly how we do it, right? Super easy. Anyways, I appreciate you guys. It's about 30 minutes in. I appreciate you guys taking the time on a Monday to watch this live training. If you are watching it live, comment live, just drop a comment, give me a like right now. That allows me to keep on doing this thing and giving you guys free knowledge. I asked for nothing in exchange. I just want to share it with you. If you're watching the replay, just type replay, right? And that helps me know if you guys are tuning live. If you're watching it replay, maybe I come out with different times if there's not enough live comments, because not enough people can watch it live. But I just want to say I really appreciate you guys. I love this group. We are the brick and mortar group, right? We're not switching to online. We're not, like, brick and mortar is never going to die, right? Is there going to be room in your town for 10 gyms like there used to be? Probably not. But is there going to be room for 2 to 3 good gyms? Is there going to be room for the 2 to 3 best gyms? Absolutely, right? Because there's absolutely the market that needs to lift barbells. They need to come in. They need to work with their coach. They need to sweat and smile and listen to the music. They're not going to go online. They don't want to do any of that stuff. That market is always going to remain, but you just have to make sure you're one of those gyms. And that's what we help do. So appreciate you guys. I will see you next Monday, where we're going to be talking about a brand new topic. If you have any questions, drop them in the comment. And I reply to the questions, guys. So if you have questions about anything we just talked about, drop them in the comment. I'll reply to you. Hopefully you get your answer and you can use it to get your gym going on all cylinders. Appreciate you. Bye.